What's up? What's up? Welcome back, people. We got a new one. We got the homeboy Frank with us. What's up, man?
What's up, bro? How's everything been?
Chilling, brother. Chilling. Working, staying busy. Coming back from a long little hiatus. Uh, my family came down from Colorado, so took a little, little break with them down here.
Good
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, yeah. How you been, man?
I've been doing pretty good, man. Right now, I'm in my hometown down here in Guerrero, and basically, I'm working remote, but I'm also doing farming.
Okay, okay.
That's what I do these days.
Yeah, I've seen your statuses where you're out planning and doing all that shit. That's good,
Yeah,
man. I'll well, we'll get to that. But
yeah,
how old were you when you went to North Carolina, right?
yeah, man. I was 6 the first time I went to the States. I was 6 years old. I don't even remember how I crossed, but I crossed. I don't remember, to be honest, man. I was too young. About 5 years old, 5, 6 years old. It was a small town in North Carolina, Concord. That's where my parents lived. At the moment, what took them there was chicken farms. They were all working at chicken processors and chicken farms. And then my dad took a job in construction. That's where he started doing construction, doing roads, doing basically he drives machineries. He still does today. So I went over there, learned English quick. Like the first year, second year, I was already reading, and I've always been a pretty smart kid in that aspect, school and shit like that. So I got up to
Okay.
speed real quick. I got a brother and a sister. They're both citizens. They were born in the States. So basically, everything was smooth from there. Then we came back. As my dad always said, like we only go to America to make a little money and come back. But shit, that's been going for 30 some years.
The first time you went, you were 6. You were out there for a while.
Uh-huh.
So you when you came back the first time, how old were you?
When I came back, I was 11 years old. I was about five. We did 5 years, and then we came back.
So you
I
came
don't know.
back at
Yeah, I
so
remember
but
2000 was supposed to be the shutdown of computers and shit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
We came back at that for well, we just wanted a reason to come to Mexico, hang out.
So after being out there for 5 years, and then like that little period of time from being a kid going like into your like preteens, pretty much. That's like
Hmm.
that's one of those like little development stages where like a kid really starts to identify themselves. You know what I mean? Like, so how was
Yeah,
that change? How was that change coming back?
I mean, for me, I've been able to adapt to both cultures. I think that's been one of the key success because I've had a lot of homies that they just can't adapt, to the
Yeah.
Mexican culture or to the Mexican language or whatever, man. They just can't adapt. I mean, they fuck up here and they fuck over there, so
So
don't
when
make a difference.
so when you came back that first time, how long were you back before going
We're
back again?
back. Like I was back in Mexico for a year and a half,
And then you went back.
and we went back. I remember that one. We did a little bit more of walking. We went and we crossed through Naco, Sonora. We spent a whole night walking, and they just picked us up in a van. I remember, and boom, we were already in Arizona, Tucson, and then from Tucson they took us in a car up to Vegas. In Vegas, we flew to Atlanta. I
Okay.
think those days you could fly with the Mexican ID or some shit like that. I think you
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
can.
Way back in the day. Like I think they didn't even ID you. They just as long as it was a domestic flight, you were good. Like get
Yeah, you
on,
were. So yeah, so we flew to Atlanta. Atlanta picked us up. We was back in America, back in North Carolina. Everything went smooth. I did middle school. I was in high school. That's when I started, fucking up some shits. How how American life is, man. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're a little pressured into it. Being a minority, you start. I don't know. People just identify you as gang related. And back in the day, though, the style was baggy clothing because
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
dress baggy, baggy as fuck. So that was the style. We do a little gang shit activity, but not too deep. I never got in it that deep. But yeah, we was doing some dumb shit. At 16, I at 16 I started to get in trouble. and had a lot of problems with my parents for the same reason, and also with the law. So, my dad's like, yeah, you need some, you need some sense. You need to take your ass back to Mexico before you end up in jail. So, at 17, they sent me back to Mexico for supposedly a year, right? They say, yeah, just go hang out in Mexico. You want to, man? Because I already had like a couple courts and shit for different dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So I already had some drugs, court for this, court for that. So I was starting to already build up a little history right there at the court system.
Yeah.
So that got into the 17s, 18s, and basically I was gonna do time, regardless, like anytime, because all the shit that was building up. So dad's like, just go to Mexico and we'll bring you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. And then we'll just do it for you. And then I was supposed to come down here. And then when I come down here, like my dad's like, fuck that. We ain't bringing you back. What you mean you're not bringing me back? I was like, oh, well, you need to stay over there and kind of think about what you're doing, So I start working at my parents, good thing my parents, they bought some land. So we've had some land since then. So we have in Guerrero, we have land. We produce coconut, papaya, limon, all that. So basically, I started doing that, and honestly, like in Mexico, it's cool if you got money, if you got cash flow,
Yeah.
As long as you got a little, income, fucking, it's for me, I personally, I like it. It's fun. What's being hard is to being an adult, keeping up with bills and expensive because
Yeah.
obviously you relate salaries from Mexico to US. That's where the big differences are at, But in Mexico, I think you got to bring out that entrepreneurship. You know how, well, when my family, my people's are hustlers. We had a Mexican store in the past. We've had, my mom sells fruits right now. She's got a spot at the Pulga. So I started bringing out that, that hustle in me and started doing shit like that, started producing, selling, connecting with people. And then my dad was like, hey, why don't you go to college? Like, come on, I'll pay for your school and shit if you want to do some college. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. I just took it like a game, like, fuck it, I'll do college and I'll take off, right? So Guerrero was hot, it was like fucking murderings and killings and all that shit in Acapulco. So, because I'm from a small town, Las Vegas, it's like about an hour from Acapulco.
Okay.
I want to kick it down here close to the beach. I'm like 7 kilometers away.
Okay.
So basically, hanging out in Acapulco, and it's just fucking hell broken loose, right? And I'm doing pretty good, My dad bought me a Honda Civic. I was chilling, I had my little car, and I would get like spending money from my farming, from the farm that we have, right? So all that money comes to me. And obviously my dad was paying for my school. So I did about 3 years.
But you were actually going to school, or you were just haciéndote way?
I mean, I thought fucking Mexico is easy. It was a private school, so you only did like 4 hours,
Yeah.
Only did like 4 hours. So I mean, for me, it was like do 4 hours, then hang out. So I mean, like I told you, man, schools always came easy to me. Like I never really had like any trouble with school.
Okay.
So that all came easy to me. I studied Comercio Internacional. I also got my certification for Cambridge for English diploma. I knocked that out too. But then I started getting, dangerous in Acapulco. So I moved to Mexico City, Estado de Mexico. That's where I graduated in a university called TAC in Coacalco. So I did that. Then when I started looking for jobs, that's where the reality kind of hit me. I was like, fuck, like now I don't got, because I don't got the farm. I kind of gave it to an uncle to kind of take care of it, but he just fucked it up, like I really wasn't making shit. And then I started looking for jobs, and you're like, oh, like 4,000 pesos a month. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that, Because I'm still having, cash, like spending money all the time. So that's where the reality starts to hit me, and I was like, what the fuck, what am I doing now here, I'm 20. I'm like 23 years old, and I got my brother, my sister, everybody's in the States. And then my dad was a little disappointed because my dad, he loves the farm. So basically my dad's disappointed. It's like, what's up with the farm, man? You're not taking care of the farm. I was like, what the hell you want me to do? You want me to finish up school? You want me to take care of the farm? Can't do both. So that got a little complex. And then at that point I was supposed to go back to the States, but it's like, my dad's like, oh, I never told you, but you had a warrant. So if you come, they're going to catch you and this and that. And shit, So everything started getting more complex, right? And then I had a couple friends that lived in Carolina. Also, the one came back with his mom for, I think his mom got deported, so he came back with her. And the other ones, I don't know what the fuck they did, but they probably did something. They came back for, I don't know exactly the reason why. And we started hanging out, and they showed me Telvista and Teletech. They were like, "Hey, let's come to Mexico City. We got an apartment here," and it was like, it was like college, like, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
it was, we rented a 3-bedroom apartment. We were making decent money. I think at that time we were making like 3,800 at quincena, something like that. Teletech was paying, and plus, the vales and all that shit. So we were doing pretty good. And I just graduated college. So I did about I did Televisa for 6 months, and I did Teletech for another 4 months. But I was like, man, I can't do call center all my life, man. I got to find something else.
Yeah.
And I started just looking, and I applied for English teaching, for executives, for like businesses, for companies.
Yeah.
That pays pretty good. That pays about 300 an hour, 250, 300 an hour. So I only worked about 2 to 3 hours a day, and I would make kind of the same money as Teletech. I was like, fuck that. I'm teaching English, And plus, the good shit is like you meet a lot of people. You meet people in companies like L'Oreal, companies like Danone, those big ass companies, And that's why.
So they recommend you.
Mm-hmm.
So they recommend you when they need it, other yeah.
So whenever they need a position that speaks English, that's where you are. Because Mexico, that's all about. That's all about. It's who you know, what you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because honestly, like the dude that hired me, they got a fucking so complex process. Dude is the owner of the company. I was teaching him English. He's like, hey, I need somebody to just translate and some docs and kind of support me on that end. I was like, what you gonna pay me? I was like, what you make? At that point at time, I was making about 16,000 a month. So I'll give you 20 right now. Fuck it. I was like, all right, fuck it. That just happened after 2 or 3 classes that I was hanging out with that dude. And basically that's how I started catching on the jobs and shit, just through the English, but obviously focusing on other stuff, and that's where I learned administration wise, a little bit of Excel, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of look out and see what's popping, what's moving. So by this time, like I was already 20 something, and I was already with my wife, and I had a kid, So that's why I started like looking for something more stability, And then
okay, so by this time you were already basically married.
Mm-hmm.
You already had a kid. So like, how was that? Like it sounds like you were able to like just adapt real quick to both, because I guess you were back and forth, so it was easy for you to adapt. But like now that you were back in the, you were Mexico, you're moving along, doing your thing and shit. Now having the kid, now you having the kid, you having the responsibility of a kid. How was that for you being here in Mexico? Like
at first I was like, well, I think I got a little worried. I was like, what the fuck, like now now for me to take off to the States, now it's like a more difficult decision now, because I can't leave my kid, and shit happened. So I was like, man, now I'm kind of stuck in the middle, So I was like, all right, my wife, she's an accountant, so she has a little bit of school too. So I was like, all right, so why don't we both come to the city? That was my first thing. We both come to the city. I know Mexico City is a lot safer than Guerrero. And I was like, why don't we come back to Mexico? Why don't we come to Mexico City? At that time, it was that we both get a job there, and we kind of, go from there. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So that was the plan, Well, with these prices on these apartments in Mexico City is just fucking ridiculous,
Yeah.
So housing is just fucking ridiculous in some parts of I think anywhere in the world today, man.
Nah, but Mexico City is something else though, because
Mexico
damn, like I got a homeboy, bro, that the depa that he has right now, he has I'm not gonna lie, it's off of Reforma. Like it's a nice little area, right? But it's a 3-bedroom, and they're paying, him and his brother are paying 18,000.
Shit.
But before that, he was living at this other spot, También igual, I see like a nice little area, whatnot. It was I ain't gonna lie, that shit was a badass fucking apartment. You know what I mean? That shit was like the baller type of apartment. But they were paying 24,000 at that apartment.
Damn, how many people? What are people?
But that shit
Because
was that shit was a 5 bedroom,
okay.
apartment. And
Okay.
I mean, there was enough people there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
like,
man.
but
You-
still, like, you think about it, like, damn, 24,000,
Yeah, I know, man.
damn, God. But it was, I
Yeah,
mean, it was a badass spot. But like, God damn, I don't know. I don't give a fuck if we have enough people. Like, I don't think I fucking agree to that shit.
yep. I also did like 6 months in Cabo San Lucas
Mhm.
on the beach. I mean, that's pretty straight. Damn, sorry, I got a little. Okay, yeah.
But you were over
Yeah,
there in Cabo. You were working the tourist
yeah.
thing or what?
Before I got married, I had like a little. I don't give a fuck about shit. I'm just gonna take some time off at the beach, you know. And yeah, and that's a whole different, scenario. A lot of
Yeah,
service jobs. I mean, there is really good money because of because you can make a lot of positions. You make dollars like commission wise or bartenders and shit like that. I did a little timeshares. That's where I got a little bit of my sales, like pitch and knowledge and shit like that. And that makes really good money, but it's like a seasonal job. You'll couple of
come
two,
on.
$3,000, but then 1 month you won't make nothing. And
Okay.
there's a lot of homies down that way doing that. I mean, and honestly, they're doing pretty good because I mean well, sometimes it sounds like it's good, but it's also those places are pretty expensive to live too.
Yeah, I just had a homeboy move back to the city from living in Cancun. Like he had a little situation in the city. He went through that little man me vale verga, and
Yeah,
he took off to Cancun for a year. And he
yeah.
was telling me
Sometimes the
he was
city be
telling me it was nice
stressful,
as
man.
fuck. He was telling me it was nice as fuck, but expensive like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Expensive like a motherfucker. Yeah, God was
The
expensive as fuck.
AC, all that shit, and he's like, "Fuck, bro." He's like, "Me está diciendo that en veces de que after paying everything se quedaba como 500 pesos de la quincena." You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah,
"Fuck, bro," and I was like, "I just hope nothing happens. I'll be good."
yeah,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
It shit's expensive down in living. I haven't been to Cancun area, but I've been to Cabo. But I'm pretty sure it's much the same. But yeah, there's a lot of timeshares that make pretty good
Yeah.
money. Bartending and all that shit makes pretty good money. But it is what it is. I think it's just like you make good money, but you spend good money. So same shit.
Okay,
So
so from there you move to the city. You're in the city, um, and from there that's where you were in Mexico City, right? When you started at Solo.
when I started Mexico, exactly. I wasn't working at the company where the dude hired me. I told you I met this student. He hired me, and I was just pretty chill there. So I was like, but honestly, I didn't do much, man. I just did a little translating. But I was like, I got to learn more shit. I'm getting old, and if I don't learn shit,
Yeah,
what
you
if
got to move
I
on.
lose this job? Yeah, you got to be multi-diverse, multi-knowledge. Because I
Okay.
think is that if you're well prepared, I think you can come at it with anything. So then I joined. So other than that, I mean, I've been pretty like money wise. I've been doing pretty good. I've always never really had a problem finding a job. So I think that's also another big factor, man. Because I've helped or had like a cousin that got deported, and like when you're older, it's harder for you, like to kind of know what to do, where to go about, and shit like that.
Yeah,
I,
especially when you're older, a lot of companies don't want to hire you either.
exactly. Yep.
They're like, oh, this old motherfucker, man. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I guess they think you got the bad habits and shit like that, and it's much harder.
I think they just think that it's gonna be harder to train you. You know what I mean? That you might be like already set in your ways, and you're not gonna be as flexible and
Ex-
being and able to adapt. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and I think that was also an advantage. That I was so young, I was able to kind of get through and do more shit. Because of the age, and I was since I've been coming back and forth, and I've been able to adapt. and I think that's also helped. Yeah, because I've seen some homies, or some friend of mine's got deported, and they just like 1 year, they don't give a fuck. Listen, I'm going back. I don't care if I do a year, 2 years of time. I'm going straight back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like my mentality, and I said this before, like my mentality, like when I got to Mexico, I was like, I found my family. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be down here for like 6 months, just getting to know my family. I'm gonna take off. I mean, and I'm gone. Pues ya valió verga. I started working, and yeah, me quedé. But now I'm fucking going on what 7 years, 8 years, being back and shit, and like
Me too. I've been back for about 10, so about 10, 11. So shit, I was supposed to come only for a year or two and then go back.
yeah. And then so once you started at Solo, because I met you at Solo. Um, how long were you at Solo before you moved to Querétaro?
Now I only did a couple months because okay, at that time my wife had just graduated. Hold on, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cars. Yeah, somebody's cutting some saw and some shit. Yeah, that's the only difficulty I have in Guerrero over here, the internet. Right now I had to come to a Ciber because my internet fucking up at home.
I bet.
Don't. Yeah, so what were you saying? Let me see if I can move a little farther.
Now I'm saying, how long were you at Solo in Mexico City before relocating to Querétaro, where I met you at?
Oh yeah, so in Mexico City, man, I spent about 6 years in total. In total, I spent about 6 years, 3 in school, 1 in call centers, and like another 2 and
Teaching.
basically teaching, and then like another. I had just joined Solo like 5-6 months ago when we moved to Querétaro. And honestly, man, I still want to go back to that city, man. Querétaro, I think is the closest to the States.
Yeah, man.
It's clean. I don't know if whoever is listening to this and never been to Querétaro, take a trip. And it's like living back in the States, man. It's clean. Everything has a little bit of at least some structure. And like there's good opportunities for working and shit like that. So definitely, my wife and I enjoy the city. So I only lived there for about a year and a half. We working at Solo, a trucking company, and that was my first experience with the trucking.
Okay.
And basically, yeah. So I only did like 6 months solos in Mexico City, and then they told us, hey man, rent's high as hell, man. Even for them, it was really expensive, for everybody that worked at Solo. So like we're planning to move to Querétaro. I was like, okay, I'm with it. So, and then we took a trip, like a 1 weekend trip, and yeah, I was hanging out in Querétaro. I really like the city. It's nice, it's clean. And what I like, the housing was much affordable. 600,000, 700,000 pesos, 800,000 pesos, you can find an apartment. Which in Mexico City you can't find nothing under 2-3 million pesos.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my buddies just bought an apartment, bro. Allá por fuck, I don't even remember where it's at. And like he did the little walkthrough and shit, showed me and shit. I mean, I don't think it's worth what la pinche entascada que se dio, ¿no? Like, nah,
It is what it is.
It's not worth it on me, but I guess he saw something, that motivated him to do it, and I mean I guess that's just everybody has that moment, and you got to take that step.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was ready too, but this COVID came, and then they cut some shit. First they cut salaries, everywhere, and then I got cut from my job for like it was more like a personal reason. We had like a little like this disagreement like towards like where the company was going.
Yeah.
And then you hooked me up with the job, man. But I was like, honestly, like I think sometimes you're in a point of the life where like you need to make a move. You need to make a change.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, man, like we own a whole bunch of land. Like what the fuck? All my land was like like just abandoned. So I
Yeah,
took the decision
just
out.
letting it go to waste.
Yeah, letting it go to waste, man. Like fucking, we own about 18,000 square meters of land.
Yeah, but damn, that's a
So
lot of land.
yeah, so that's pretty good. No, it's pretty yeah, pretty big piece of land. So I decided to come back to my hometown, and that's where I'm at right now. So last year, I came back. I took all my liquidation and put it into. I bought a little pickup truck, and I put it all into cleaning up and tractoring and everything else. And right now, I planted 500 lime trees and then 500 palm trees and 3,000 papaya trees. So right now, I'm starting to harvest, and I'm
Okay.
money wise, I'm doing pretty good. Right now, the harvest is starting to come, and they call me back from my old job, and now I'm doing both. That's fucking crazy. Now I'm in my hometown, working in the states. Technology is fucking has came far.
Yeah.
I'm recruiting drivers in the states. I'm in my hometown in Guerrero, while I'm producing papayas and shit. So that's where I'm at
That's
right
what's
now.
up, bro.
Yep. So
I'm
yeah, the
still
goal.
I'm still at the same I'm still at the same job.
Okay.
Just got moved. So now like I'm working with like one of like the actual like agent companies or whatever.
Uh,
Um, but it's still like the same project and shit. But yeah, man, like fucking everything's lining up. Like it's still it's looking decent. So fucking from there, I started doing this, the podcast and shit. I had a session over the weekend. When to go to fui a grabar allá al Estado de México with some
okay.
homies and shit, and um, just trying to get back into the groove. I had a lot of people fall through, man. Like a lot of people, pues, también todos están ocupados. Like everybody has a life, So just the scheduling has been kind of like complicated right now. You know what I mean? Like with everybody doing their own thing and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you,
But
man. I hear you. Yeah. For me too, I've been busy as hell. Monday through Friday, I'm out here working. I'm recruiting calls. And normally, I'm busy in the mornings, like from 7:30 probably to like 10, 11. That's kind of slow down. I get get a call here and there. So it's pretty chill. Job, and like, yeah, man. To the rest of the people, man, there's jobs out there, man, that are needing people. That's more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just get themselves blocked, and that's it. This is it. You just keep looking.
yeah,
There's always opportunities, man.
I mean, and also like even if like you don't know something and like you can find ways to learn it to apply for the job. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
on the I don't know if I have you on Facebook. I think I do, right?
No, I
No.
think we don't.
Well, I'll send you a request later, but on the Facebook page for the podcast, um, like a few weeks ago, I shared a link where like you can go sign up and you can take these courses for programming for free. And I
Okay.
found I've seen like jobs, like ads for jobs for programming for programmers, 50,000 a month, bro.
Yeah, fucking crazy, man. Yeah,
You know what I
I've
mean?
seen anything that has to do with IT, man. That's what's booming. That's what's coming.
Yeah, I seen. I think the cheapest one. I think this was a cybersecurity position. Starting was like 38,000, 38,000, and it was like 2,700 in vales. Fucking like all the benefits, and you're home based. You know what I mean? Like,
Damn,
bro, like
that's
any
what's up.
any job you get hired at 38,000, you're good. Like unless you're in debt like a motherfucker, you got like 4, 5 kids.
Yeah, that's what I be. Yeah, I got a homie right now. He's a citizen. He's visiting his hometown like down the street, and he's like, damn. He be like surprised, like I took him to eat, and he like a taco in the States like $2, right? I told him, no, man, that's what you pay here, $2 for all. Well, like where I'm down here in a small town, so everything's kind of cheap.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he's used to paying $2-3 a taco. I mean, like $2-3. That's what I mean. Like $5, I take my whole family to eat. $6.
Yeah,
So
like over there in the city, we stayed at well, the night before my family left back to Denver, we spent the night at the homie's house, the one with that apartment that he rents for like 18,000 and shit.
uh-huh.
And like my little brother and my little sister, they're in love with the tacos way in the city. So we, that was like the main plan, like us spending the night over there, and like para que se chingaran esos pinches tacos, before going back.
Okay.
So like, bro, it was my mom, it was my brother, my sister, me, the homie, and his brother, and like fuimos way, like we ordered tacos a lo pendejo way. You know what I mean? Like, give me like 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, 4 of these, 3 of these. Like así a lo way, que se sobraron tacos way. Pero like, it was barely like 400 something. Y un chingamadral de tacos, güey.
Hell yeah, that's fucking good.
And then my brother is like,
for like 6 people.
And my brother is like this would have been like a shitload of money in the States.
Yeah. I even think Querétaro is a little more pricier than Mexico City.
It is. Everything is, bro. Like coming back from over there, right? I went to an Oxxo. No, I went to a Circle K.
Yeah.
Right there at the bus station. And I bought a Monster, right? Bro, the Monster's fucking 29 pesos. Here in Querétaro, bro, the Monsters are 40.
Yeah, everything Querétaro. Querétaro is a nice ass city, but it's pricey.
Yeah, it's pricey. But like, I mean, like it goes with hand in hand. Like,
yeah.
Like honestly, like it's pricey.
You save money on rent.
Yeah, no, it's pricey, but you find like higher paying jobs.
Exactly.
Like you go to the city
and quality of life.
Yeah, so like you go to the city, the housing is expensive. Everything else is kind of like cheaper. You can find everything cheap as fuck. Mm-hmm. But the jobs, I mean, like you could find like decent jobs, I guess, but like you're gonna struggle. Le vas a buscar un chingo.
Le vas a buscar. I think there's just so much people, so competitive in Mexico City now.
Yeah. Yeah, and like honestly, like right now, like me, like I had gotten a job offer in the city a few months ago, bro, with a different homie, and like the fool's solid, bro. So I know it was a good job, and he's like, "Come on, bro, you gotta take that chance and come back to the city, and I got you, and this and that." He's like, "You're gonna need like 5 to 6 months, but you're gonna get your salary up there and this and that." I was like, "Look, man, them 5-6 months is rough," and they wanted to start me at like 17, bro.
Nah,
I can't do it, bro. I was like, I
can't go back to 17, man. That's
like, I mean, like I'm already up there right now, and I feel good. I mean, like,
yeah, it's hard.
I was like, you have to like, what else do I get? Like, you really got to sweeten the deal for me to actually say like, I'm gonna take that pay cut. Exactly. And then he told me, I was like, nah, it's not enough, bro. I'm like, I'm sorry, like, thank you. I mean, like, but I can't, like I got other shit to consider, like
yeah, just all your shit, you're moving and shit. Nah, oh hell, that's a lot of fucking expensive as hell.
Yeah, bro. And like, say like even if I don't want to take all my shit and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sell my shit, I'm not gonna sell it right away.
Hell, and you're not gonna sell it for what you bought it.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna take a loss. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy, but like, yeah, there's a shitload of jobs, and that's what I want. Like a lot of people to understand. Like, there's opportunities out here.
Yeah. For example, for me, honestly, basically, man, like I learned, the tools, OCC, Compu Trabajo. I learned all of those, and basically how to reach those people. How to reach those contacts. That's the first contact. And after you get 1 job, 2 jobs, you start kind of building up like like networking. Exactly. Networking. That way, you don't need to be out there hunting for jobs. You connect with people, they'll tell you, hey, come this way or come that way, you know. But obviously, you got to build up your relationship, you got to build up your skills, and so on and so on.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Like when you like people don't like a lot of people like kind of like laugh at it, but like your call center circle, like if you come from a call center background and like say like you made friends right or homies with call centers, que jalan chido and shit, and sometimes like you don't end up at the same spots. You could okay you split up right, and everybody
Yeah.
goes to a different spot, and some end up at like at a fucked up job and they're looking around. They reach out to
Mhm.
the homeboy. The homeboy's like, "Hey, I'm over here. It's
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
come this way.
Dale. Boom. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
güey. Yeah, see,
I
next.
remember that was going on in Mexico City like 7 years ago when
Yeah,
all these call centers popping up, man. Like, hey, come this one, come this one. Call, I
even
think
now.
Com came
Yeah,
in, a whole bunch of other ones.
even now, they're like, yeah, like the thing is, like, muchos están yendo de Mexico City, they're taking out to Guadalajara.
Yeah,
Like,
they're taking off to
o se están
Guadalajara,
yendo para acá, o se están yendo
Querétaro,
a
to
Querétaro, a
or
Monterrey.
Cancun. I've had a lot of homies go to Cancun, Cabos too.
And it's basically networking, bro, because se están jalando entre ellos mismos, and
Exactly. Yeah, because,
that's cool, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're helping up your people. You know what I mean? Like, get into a better position, into better economically better.
exactly. And honestly, man, with the English that we have, all you need is a little bit of skills, a little bit of a little bit of practice on computer, like Excel and a couple of other systems. Other than that, bro, like that's it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like, and if you don't know it, you gotta be willing to learn it. You have to
Exactly.
be open minded and like
Open minded, yep, to different ways of working and
exactly.
cooperating and networking and all that stuff. And honestly, like I know it's hard and I know it's less money, but at the same time, I mean, Mexico's like I think everything else has its ups and downs. For example, I think obviously we don't make as much as in the States, but you can definitely spend a whole lot less,
Yeah, we might. I mean, we might not make what our counterparts make in the states, but then like in comparison, like compared to everybody else here, like we're good. I mean,
Hell yeah, we're real good.
like I was looking at the minimum wage um per day on a different session with somebody else, bro. And here, yeah, like right here, like the minimum wage per day, bro, in Mexico, is 172 pesos with 87 cents.
Yeah,
Bro, what the fuck do you do with 172 pesos, bro?
I know, man. I know it's a struggle out here because these people out there, if we struggling, the other people struggle even worse.
You know what I mean? Like, and like I'm just thankful, like my English has helped me. I've gotten, like I've been able to get a lot of positions, a lot of good job opportunities because of my English.
Exactly.
And honestly, like I can tell you, like straight up, like I'm not saying like I was like completely inexperienced in using computers or whatnot, but like I was bootlegging CDs, like for a while in the States and shit. So like I knew how to use here and there, but like all the control key commands and all the other shit, all the fancy shit you be doing now and shit, I didn't know none of that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I remember being in Teletech and
man.
fucking
I think everything is new for everybody, man. All
yeah,
these
like
new systems, they're new systems, man.
even like but like being at Teletech and then going to this other job that I went to too, and then they were telling me like shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I had to fake it to make it. And I had to pretend like I knew what the fuck I was doing until I seen like them doing it. All right, hey, what you hear right now? Boom. All right, bet. You know what I mean? And just keep it
Yeah,
like, all right, this is how you do that. Boom. Okay. Boom.
yeah,
This is
man.
a
When I first
shortcut.
started
Boom.
like
Okay.
multitasking, opening up two, three windows, man. That was complex.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But it's all part of the game, man. I think we as human beings got to be able to adapt, whatever circumstances. And I think what's the most important is use the skills that you have in order to potentialize what you can, where you can get to,
Yeah,
right?
that's
For
true.
example, if you got the English, just, what I'm saying, like work on your computer, your Excel, whatever. And that's going to potentialize for a job. If you got a business in mind, go ahead, develop it. You might fuck up on the first week or the first month or the first time you do it, but you're going to learn from that. And then you're going to do it better. And then you're going to get better. And
Yeah,
that's
like
the way.
whatever. I think whatever like your interest is, like whatever you plan or whatever you're looking into, probably not jump a las ciegas. Like
Mm-hmm.
do a little bit of research. You know what I mean? Like don't just say like, oh, I'm gonna do this y invertirte lo pendejo and then fuck it off.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
you got to
look,
have some type of knowledge
yeah, like a little
or
research
something that
maybe.
interests. Something that interests. For example, if you like to cook, you like to prepare food, and you want to put up like a little restaurant, go for a little puestito de tacos there, or so whatever, something small, and then you jump to something
Yeah,
bigger, and so on. And there's like, especially in cities like Querétaro, man, there's so much opportunity, and other places. And I think anywhere it doesn't matter where you are in the world, man. Just got to put your mind to it.
yeah. You gotta put your mind to it. You gotta fucking
Yeah, man. For example,
research the area.
I thought this farming shit was impossible, and it was fucking. I was never going to be able to do it. I had no. I focused my mind. I was like, fuck that. I'm going full throttle. And I just started. It just started coming through. Only been doing it for a year, and I'm almost at where I want to be at.
Yeah, so like you took the step and you're not half-assing it. That's another thing too. I mean, like no half-stepping. You gotta either be all in.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. That really wasn't working out. Just me trying to manage it from distance. Maybe now that I got a better structure, I might be able to manage it. But I never took the time to structure it out.
But even then, you're still like developing. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
it's kind of like you might be able to do it, but then at the same time, it's still a risk. Like why hand it over to somebody else that you're still like like so.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, so basically that's what I took my gamble on. Now that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm starting to see the results. And hopefully within a year or two, man, hopefully everything roll out good, and I can pay out not cash, but knock out an apartment 2 to 3 years, man, with the income that I'm thinking that I'm planning to make.
That's what's up, bro. Like me too. Like when I always had like I said before, plenty of times. Like I always had the idea of doing something, but like it just didn't take form, Like,
Mhm.
and then when it wouldn't take shape. Like I had no idea like exactly what format I wanted or like how I was gonna do it, And then
Yep, yep.
when during the pandemic, and then little by little, then I was just like, man, this shit, I'm gonna do a podcast. And
Hell yeah,
then
man.
I looked up
Yeah,
like
and
how
I
to
think
start.
one thing will take you to the other one, and so on. Like sometimes you're planning something, but you're trying shit, and some other shit might pop up.
Yeah. And then I remember like just having a conversation with my mom, bro. And I was telling her like, hey man, hey mom, I was like, look, I'm thinking about doing this and this. And then she's like, well, what do you need? Maybe we can help you from over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I'm looking at this and this and that. She's like, all right, we're gonna go look. And then she's like, damn, all that shit's expensive as fuck. I was like, yeah. I
Hell
was
yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be cheap. I mean, but like I had already kind of like settled it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. So I fucking just started mixing and mashing and fucking Mercado Libre and Amazon. Just started ordering shit. Boom. I'm
Yeah.
just like obviously like like I didn't go with the most expensive shit because I'm starting out. I still want to see what works for me. So like
Yeah,
I
I hear you.
just started buying like affordable shit. You know what I mean? Like I know when I upgrade and I get better quality, you know, it's gonna change. But like a lot of the shit that I bought, you know, I can plug and go. I can unplug it, throw it in my backpack. Let's go. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be like a something different for me for my format
Mm-hmm.
that you know eventually like once shit settles down and I recover a little bit more from all my other expenses, especially like last month that I had a bautizo, bro. Jesus fucking Christ, them shits is expensive.
What you do? You got a kid or what? What do you mean bautizo?
I was I bauticé al little boy de mi primo, güey.
Ah, okay, okay. So you were the padrino.
Yeah, I was a padrino, bro.
Okay, I
Bro,
hear you.
god damn, I'm an atheist, bro. I ain't never doing that shit again. God damn, bro. Fuck.
I hear you, man. It's Mexican traditions.
Yeah, and then with my family coming down, you know what I mean? And, you know, like I didn't want to tell my mom, like, damn, that shit's expensive, mom. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So I just
Yeah,
went with
fuck it.
it
Yeah, just ball out.
and ball out, you know, and um but we did all that, so and I was like barely recovering from buying everything for the podcast, you know? And then so that hit me and that hit me and shit. So I mean, so like this weekend I fucking went out there and um I'm planning I'm planning to go out to Guadalajara with another homeboy that's out there, you know, do something different.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, man, like I just took that jump, you know, like fuck it. Like,
Yeah, man. You got to pursue what you like, man. Something that's good that interests you. You're more than likely to succeed, because you're enjoying it. You're liking it.
yeah, and then even then when you're doing it, like I've learning and I'm still learning along the way. Like you still got to do more research. You still got to keep up because you know new shit's coming out, or there's better ways to do it to improve what
Yeah,
you're
yep.
doing already.
You gotta adapt, man. This world, especially this world with the fast tech, everything's moving, everything's changing.
Yeah, like I
And
learned some other shit, you know, and fucking like I've been doing like my own editing and all that shit, you
Mhm.
know. So I had to learn that shit, and I'm still learning. I'm not saying you know like I'm good at it, you know what I mean? I'm still learning and shit, but like
Yeah,
I gotta put in the time, you
with
know.
with the home office, I've had to learn how to troubleshoot and kind of hook up my shit. I remember working at offices.
Bro,
You didn't do shit but call IT.
you just like
Hey, I got a problem with my computer. Where IT at?
or oh hey, I'm in office I'm over here on this floor. All right, ahorita vamos, you know, like we'll look at it.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah. I didn't give
unplug
a
everything and
fuck.
bring it down here.
I didn't even look what was wrong with it, man. I just call up IT. Hey, I'm taking a break while IT come get this shit.
Yeah, like right now we're having an issue with my shit. I've had my modem swapped out like 3 times already. Um, we bought a third party router. Like they're doing all kinds of shit. I had to get a static IP, all kinds of shit to get my phone lines working, bro. Un pinche
I hear
pedo,
you,
way.
man. See, bitch, your pal, you gotta buy these fucking expensive cables, and they're like, God damn, these cables
And the shit's
this
still
much
not
for this?
working.
Hell yeah.
The shit's still
Oh,
not
that's
working.
fucking
They're
frustrating,
like, oh,
man. You
it's a
gotta
work in
spend.
progress. We'll get it there. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, same here,
uh,
man. I have to adapt my house right now. Like since I'm in a small town right now. We're in hurricane season, so fucking internet's always fucking up. So I got to drive to another town, and I already got this like little CB that I hook up to, and you just gotta make it happen. You got to do what you got
yeah,
to do.
yeah, you gotta do. Um, he, are you? So you're full time over there in your hometown, in your hometown, but like
Mm-hmm.
with Solo still here in Querétaro, like when do you come back? Do you still come back often, or
I've been out there twice. The first time to sign my first contract, pick up my laptop and a phone, and then I went last month. Last month I went there to sign my because I was on a 3 month trial, and I did now got a permanent contract, and I don't know when is my next visit.
okay,
But
okay,
basically, I'm fully remote, man.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And it's different too, like when you because now you know I'm fully remote too, and I'm not gonna lie, there's like moments así que si te gana la hueva, güey.
Hell yeah, man.
Shit, like, but then like you come downstairs, like like the ahora es una feria, way. Like, if you really
See,
think about
like
it,
what you spend just I used to drive to work every day. I used to put like 500 of gas, 500-600 of gas a week.
yeah, bro. Especially like when we were working right there in the towers, way.
Yeah,
With the store downstairs, I remember having to go to the store, pinches
fucking
200, 300 pesos every fucking day, bro.
yeah,
And, it,
expensive as fuck.
and you're just fucking picking out every day, ni te das cuenta, o no la piensas, But like
Yep.
now, you're at home and shit, and boo, 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 and you're like, damn, I was either being a fucking fat ass, or I was being a dumbass spending all that fucking money.
Oh, yep. I hear you, man. Like it's just when it's there, you just start spending.
Yeah,
When you're there, you
yeah,
just start
yeah,
spending.
yeah. Con eso, güey, like, what additional projects do you have? In store?
Well, basically, I want to ramp up. I want to ramp up the production. So I want to. That's my main goal. I'm thinking about buying a tractor sometime this year, next year, and basically that'll take care of all my properties, and I can rent it out. So that's good money right there. And I don't know with solo. I mean, for me, it's just a chill job, to be honest. And what I do want to, go back to Querétaro. I have put my kids in school through, over there, and basically try to operate, like say 50-50, spend some time here and some time over there. And then I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what'll
mean, the
come
cool thing is
next.
that you already set up, that additional source of income.
Exactly.
So like
That's what
now it's just stabilizing it and making it grow.
exactly. Basically, right now I'm stabilizing. Right now, it's already some income. I'm kind of at that point where I break even. But now, what I'm trying to do is always buy all my equipment to take care of the farm, and basically just have it producing and making money, and where I can just come in and have people that are already working, where I can come in and just check, make sure it's the cash flow is still moving, and also not use up all my time.
A huevo. Y
So
ya de ahí con la familia, ¿qué? Bueno, ¿cuándo te avientas el segundo, el tercero, what?
I'm already on the second one right now. He's it's due in August.
Yeah? Congrats,
Yeah,
bro. A huevo.
thanks, bro. Yeah,
What
so
is it, a
working
boy
on
or
my
a girl?
I got another boy. I got another boy coming.
Damn, my nigga can't miss.
Yeah, got my second boy on the way. So everything's flowing, man. Like honestly, I went through hell with this pandemic. I think we all did. And what I
Yeah.
can just tell like anybody else, just basically diversify, man. Have different sources of income. Don't like Warren Buffett says, don't have all your eggs in one basket, because you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and be willing to learn how to
Be
do it.
willing to learn, exactly, and different. Like if you're in customer service, try a little bit of sales. You might like it, you might not like it. If not, try a little bit of programming, or try
Yeah.
a little business that you like, or cooking if you like cooking, or whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so now, like, after everything, I mean, it sounds like you're already, you have, but have you found your peace in Mexico?
Right. Right now, I am, bro. Honestly, I am. I think with now having I think with for me, what my family has given me the peace, stability. So for me, I'm cool. Obviously, it's a little harder, like in some aspects, but right now, I think I'm getting over them. And I would like to go back to the States, but more like on a, if I could apply through this company on some type of visa or something of that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think because honestly, why do people go to the States? They want to make good money. They want to work I'm already working in an American company. I'm already covering that sense. And I feel like I'm still part of the States because all my contact is through with Americans.
Yeah.
So I think that also fulfills that need to have that connection with that type of culture. And at
Yeah, I
the
feel
same time,
okay.
I'm over here, connecting with my heritage and my properties and the farming and all that stuff. So I feel like I'm doing what I like the most, being in both worlds.
Damn right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And do
Yeah, for
you
me.
do you have
Mhm.
like for your recruiting? I know it's with the truckers and shit. Believe it or not, we do have a certain audience that's truckers. They're all in Denver though.
Okay, okay.
Do you have contact information that you want to share, or like a social media for if they're interested in reaching out to see exactly what opportunities you have and shit?
Yeah, yeah. You give us, Google us up, solotrucking.com. We do our owner operators, and if not, man, like basically, if you call me and you tell me you're looking for this and that, I'm not going to pull you in until and bring you to something you're not there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to find you. I think that's when one of my successes as a recruiter. Even though if I can't bring you to my company, I'll have different contacts where I can send you to. If you're just a company driver, if you're just if you're just looking to get started, you're looking where to get your CDL, I can point you in the right direction. If you're looking to buy your first truck, I do have contacts where to buy a truck, where to finance them. Honestly, man, I've only been in the industry for about 3 years, but I've learned quite a bit.
Damn, my nigga in the sales pitch on point, on point.
What
Nah,
I
my
do, man,
brother.
is what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Nah, my brother. Well, thank you for being on, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking the
Yeah.
time. Um, you know, I know we kind of been
Uh-huh.
planning it for a little bit. I know Friday I was busy, bro.
I hear
No
you,
se
bro. I hear you.
armó. También tengo mis momentos donde me traen como calzón de piruja, so it is what it is. But again, thank you. And
Yeah, man. Yeah, and just then, for the record or something, edit it, do what you need to do. Everything's up to you, and if something you want to add to it or you want to redo it, I know this is my first one too, and I'm out here in the street. Maybe once I'm at home, I got a better sound quality, and we can redo it or something like
it's
that.
it's 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 good, bro. It's live. Like
Okay, gotcha.
like everybody, like it's cool. Like everything it shows everybody that like we're all at different points in life. That
Points in
we're in.
life and different needs
We're
and
all
wants.
different needs and wants, and we're in different go getters. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you got
Yeah,
to be
man.
out and
Like
about. You got to fucking step out to fucking get your shit going. That's what you do. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what I'm about, man. You see, like I'm making it happen, like I'm like I feel honestly blessed, man, because I'm in both worlds, man. I feel like I'm in both worlds. I feel like I'm in the States and I feel like I'm in Mexico. My shift starts, I go start going at it. The people in my towns just look at me like, what the fuck is he saying? I'm just out here, because I'm loud, I'm a loudspeaker, and they just won't roll by. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working. He's like, what? How are you working on your? You know what I'm saying? You're just at home. I was like, it is what it is.
Yeah, like I have
But
a couple neighbors. I think that thought I was like a video game streamer because I used to have my setup upstairs in my room, right? So I used to open up my curtain, you know what I mean, and let the sun in, and open up the window and
yeah,
shit. And like you already know, like I'm loud too, you know what I mean. So like I'd be
yeah.
on the phone, fucking answering the call or making the call or whatever, and like you have the neighbors walking by or whatever, and they'd be looking, and I had a neighbor like 2 doors down, kind of nosy and shit, but like one day, like vino la CFE a querer cortar la luz and shit. So they were like hitting everybody that hadn't paid their bill, you know what I mean? And yeah, they came to mine too, you know what I mean? Boom. So I'm like, hey, whatever, and and then so vino a neighbor, and then we started talking and shit. He's like, hey, what are you, a streamer? I'm like, nah. He's like, oh, it's because I see that you have a setup, and then I do see you be playing, and then I see you like talking into the mic and shit like that and whatnot, and ooh. And I'm like, nah, I'm just work. You know what I mean? Like, I just work from home.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, también eres bilingüe, ¿no? This and that. He's like, no, pues chido. So yeah, like
Yeah,
I hear
man.
you.
Yeah, so that's the way I feel, man. Like honestly, I think this company has really fulfilled that need of me being in contact, with that need. I think we all do have that need of the American life because the money's good. I'm making pretty good money, and for me it's just a chill job. Honestly, if I wouldn't have bills, I would do it for free, man, because I enjoy just talking to people and talking to American people, and it's the dudes I grew up with. Now the
Yeah.
people that are my age are starting to look for jobs like these, and we can relate in so many aspects of growing up and things like that. And I think that also has helped me to be, a closer.
Yeah, And I think the trucking industry overall, bro, is really good. Like I've been in the trucking industry, and I'm still in the trucking industry. I mean, now like different spot, but like I've been in the industry now like 3, 4, I think over 4 years now, bro. You know what I mean? And now like I'm in a different part of it where before it was like dealing and managing drivers with you guys at Sierra England, managing drivers. Then when I got over here, it was more like administrative and payroll type shit. And then now I'm like on the agent side and the broker side, working with brokers and shit. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro.
So
yeah,
like,
you gotta adapt, man.
you gotta adapt, bro.
Fuck
And
yeah.
when you gotta hit the.
It's a whole different world, even though in the same industry, the whole different, doing paperwork or doing administrative than doing being on the phone and back to back on the phone with drivers and issues and shit like that.
Yes, sir. You gotta be on it, bro. Because any little thing, like it might sound the same, but it's not.
Hey, it's not.
You gotta roll with it. But again, thank you, brother.
All right, bro.
Appreciate
Anytime,
it.
let me know, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Take care, man.
Dale, carnal. Cuídate.
Órale.